हे गाइस व्हाट्सअप वेलकम बैक टू द चैनल। चलो आज एक इंग्लिश का सेक्शन में मॉक देते हैं एसबीआई क्लर्क का। और ये वाला देंगे। देखते हैं कैसा जाता है। एक सेकंड। चलो स्टार्ट। Within the wide swath of territory that came under एक सही लग रहा है। स्वैथ मतलब होता है कोई एरिया। About introducing many of the reforms that he had already introduced। ठीक है। But the administrative field, he had incorporated revolutionary principle in order to make the whole system more rational and efficient। लॉजिकल तो नहीं होगा। लॉजिकल और रैशनल तो सेम चीज होती है। Businessmen and small-scale producers of goods in particular began to realize that uniform law बाकी सब तो गलत ही लग रहा है ऑप्शन से। Initially in many places such as Holland and Switzerland, as well as in certain cities like Brussels, Warsaw, the French armies were welcomed as harbingers। harbinger मतलब वो होता है ना जो कोई क्या होता है। ही लग रहा है मेरे को तो, मतलब याद नहीं आ रहा। harbinger मतलब कुछ साइन टाइप। Which of among the following is correct? Though a return to monarchy, Napoleon had no doubt facilitate। लास्ट में फैसिलिटेट होगा जो कि है अपना क्यू में, क्योंकि वुड के बाद फर्स्ट फॉर्म वाला ही आएगा। तो लास्ट में क्यू किस में है भाई? एक ही में है। और अच्छी है क्या अपने? नो डाउट सबसे पहले क्या आर डिस्ट्रॉयड डेमोक्रेसी इन फ्रांस। यही है। Facial recognition makes data protection close to impossible as it is on collecting publicly available information and it to make the point of intelligence। makes data protection impossible as it is predicted or predicated on. And writing it to the point of F सही लग रहा है थोड़ा इसको putting to rest the debate on the extent of it suggests that vaccine used during the current outbreaks in Congo was 97% efficacious. AE China, North Korea's last major ally मतलब दोस्त said both Washington and Pyongyang should restart BD. ठीक है. The protest started after the government of Hawaii announced that the construction of the would commence. CF लीजिए ये वाला क्या है ग्रामेटिकली इन कॉन्टेक्स्ट रिप्लेस यार मुश्किल लग रहा है. Cloud companies store data on their own data center. Store data to make data in second, third. Before emotion detection can own making automatic decisions, the industry needs more proof that machines can in fact effectively and consistently, adequately and steadily. यार adequately and steadily, effectively and adequately and steadily. बहुत लगा देते हैं. If a species is not reaching their natural maximum lifespan in the wild, it may indicate environmental pressures pushing the species into it. It may indicate ये देखते हैं. India's second largest car maker Hyundai Motor plans to consolidate its position in sub 4-meter sedan. ठीक है. BD wheel. In one particularly striking experiment with mice, scientists found that simply running on a wheel led to the birth of new neurons नहीं। CD. To eliminate the likelihood of fairness, panel support the membership proposed in particular with more expensive found that confusion in Warner. India's second largest car maker tends to consolidate dissimilar. नहीं भाई, यही है शायद। The firm sold worth of bonds that promised to pay extra interest the creditors. India on Wednesday relaxed certain overseas citizenship of India guidelines for fund The firm sold $650 million worth of bonds that promised to pay extra. Amazon Web Services, American e-commerce, Amazon Cloud Computing business and group the creditors. ये नहीं इसको छोड़ो। Use correctly. ठीक है, ये वाला देखते हैं। When humans learn to make fire, however, they become capable of altering the environment, providing themselves fuel. When early humans hunted and gathered food, they were not in control of the environment. They could only interact with their surroundings. Clearing worst burning forest and trees. Okay, AB. ये वाला पहला आ जाएगा। तो पहले Q. As the trade expanded, the company. नहीं, ये नहीं। This was the base for. नहीं, ये भी नहीं। The first English factory was set up on the banks of rivers Hooghly in 1651. The factory had a warehouse. The factory had a warehouse. The first English. Okay, जो वाला सही है। Many Indians contributed to the framing of Constitution. B.R. Ambedkar. He was chairman of the drafting committee. P से नहीं होगा, R से नहीं, S से भी नहीं होगा, पहला सही है। S he helped नहीं, S से नहीं, P but company नहीं, Q recently Q से हो सकता है। recently ओके, Q से ही होगा, बाकी देख लो। इसमें क्या करना है, चूज द करेक्ट कॉम्बिनेशन इन द सेम ऑर्डर टू मेक द पैराग्राफ गो। ठीक है, द एबिलिटी टू आइडेंटिफाई अ immediate component, malfunction component, malfunctioning component ये हो सकता है। A design fault is one of the components. A design fault in one of its components had been known to NASA scientists since on the day of launch the temperature was below the permissible. Management, to avoid embarrassment, NASA's management overruled that. ठीक है, no player in the last decade has so disrupted the Roger Federer Rafael Nadal binary quite like world number one. Novak Djokovic. No player in last decade has so thrillingly, severely BE such has been so excellent that in the time between the two Federer Nadal meetings he Grand Slam imperative नहीं, he fought, ये हो जाएगा। बस तो देखते हैं, इसको भी देखते हैं, इसको भी देखते हैं। रीअरेंज, इसको देख लेते हैं। It's hard to figure out, but it's undeniable that a kid or a parent could click on this stuff accidentally while searching for a child-friendly material. ये सही है। According to the passage, नहीं पता। Which of the following? पहले तो बहुत पढ़ना पड़ेगा, क्या पता आसान में देख लें क्या। Fires happen during when people spend a lot of time outdoors, especially indigenous people doing these wildfires also contribute to viewing the wildfires and the top, thereby releasing the atmosphere. यार ये लग रहा है या फिर ये लग रहा है, नहीं समझ आ रहा, छोड़ो। It's all the given sentences into one without bringing any change into the meaning. I have spent a large part of my life as a professional philosopher thinking about modesty. I can say that there's plenty to hate about it. Talk of modesty seem hopeless, outdated. Hopelessly outdated. I can say that there is plenty of hate about it. पहला नहीं कंबाइन हो रहा है, नहीं है। Thinking about modesty. ये वाला हो जाएगा। Nobody likes hearing people drone on about how much they can bench press. No one likes hearing people keep talking. People who are constantly talking themselves up are incredible to be around. Or how and people who are constantly talking themselves. इसमें सब कुछ इंक्लूड नहीं हुआ होगा. Nobody likes hearing people. ठीक है, ये वाला हो जाएगा. If this sentence is broken into simpler or smaller, which of the following? Okay. In order to assess the effectiveness of new experiment in mandating CSR, funding and disclosure, we studied the reporting practices of the 4 largest banks by market cap in India compared to the bank. There are no laws. No. Where the आगे ये पता नहीं क्या. Dissipate board. Deplete. Ponder. Spend. Save. ये तो है. Muster. Gather. Disperse भी है. And then first meet. Scatter. ये भी है. Aggregation. Accumulation. Disappear. Dissipate. Hoard. Deplete. Accumulation. Disappear. ये हो सकता है. ये देखते हैं. According to a passage, what measures have been taken by the business leaders to ensure the growth of fully successful corporations at rapid rate? Employees and business leaders have had to adapt, adopting growth mindset. पहला सही, learning new skill, ये भी सही, embracing flexibility. First, second, third. Self-sustainable तो नहीं. ठीक है. Which of the following is true with respect to the passage? Was below 50 in 1950s. देखते हैं. 1950s. was 60. ये गलत है. First hires and people who joined startup in its early stages stayed with the company and contributed to the success. Fixed mindset, believe that intelligence can be learned. नहीं, ये गलत है, गलत है. Employee and business leaders need to continue doing what they have been doing for so many years in order to survive. ये लग रहा है. Which of the following can be inferred? पर पता नहीं. कोई वाला देख लेते हैं. This पहला कर सकते हैं फर्स्ट हायर्स. Activities में competition. Who you have language. The good news is variability. नहीं, सेकंड तो नहीं लग रहा है. ये कर लेते हैं. Which of the following was not done by research involved in 2015 study? 2015 study. Participants' ability to shift between tasks. How chaotic their childhood. Of economic times. Inhibition of self-control by requiring. How are children affected in their upbringing if their upbringing takes place in poor family? They do not do well online. Processing speed. Language attention. Memory, language attention. All. Which of the following factors impair the brain development according to passage? Brain development. Brain development. Hunger, unsafe housing, parental instability. How does less How does less gray matter during childhood affect poor children when they grow up? Less gray matter. Less gray matter. Less gray matter. Less gray matter क्या है? As a child, poor tend to have less gray matter in areas critical to learning and memory, which explains 20% of gap in test score between poor and middle class kids. Trouble planning ahead. B है. In many studies, larger one later. Plus B है. Which of the following is not true according to the passage? For 5 years. Handheld devices, the amount of time. ये बहुत मुश्किल है. What do the features like autoplay and automated suggestion encourage? Automation and automatic suggestion. Encourage binge watching with little parent intervention. What does the research by Eric and Erica suggest? Shows that parent-child conversation that determines to what degree children absorb messages from social. Shows that the parent-child conversation. What does the author say that why does the author say a number of these videos is not the most unsettling point about them? Is the content that is highly violent or ये सब facial recognition make data protection close to impossible as it is नहीं समझ आ रही है, ये भी नहीं पता. India on Wednesday relaxed certain overseas citizenship of India guidelines for fund provider. The firm sold bonds that promised to pay extra interest. The creditors committee had BE ऐप लगा दे रहा हूँ, देखते हैं। हो गया। ओ भाई साहब 2-3 तुक्के मारे थे, शायद गलत हो गया। ये वाला गलत हो गया भाई, मेरे को इसमें रीइशू गलत लग रहा था। और कौन सा है ये वाला? इन दोनों में डाउट था, देखते हैं क्या है। PRS की The first English factory was set up on banks of river Hooghly. This was the base from which companies traders known at that time as factors operated. ठीक है, इसमें क्या है? D. However, would be a यार ढंग से पढ़ा नहीं, वरना कर सकते थे। इसमें क्या है? पेरेंटल अनस्टेबिलिटी पढ़ा था, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है क्या? Impaired brain development. Hunger, unsafe housing. Second paragraph. अबे यार ध्यान नहीं दिया इसमें भी। यहाँ पे पेरेंटल लिखा है, प्रीनेटल छोड़ो। डिसिपेट, होर्ड, डिप्लीट। ओह ये एंटोनिम है, ठीक है, ये देख लेते हैं। ये मेरे को लग रहा है, ये भी नहीं पता, देखते हैं क्या है इसका आंसर। As it is predicated on collecting publicly available information and analyzing it to a point. ठीक है, ये तो छोड़ो, मीडियम को मैं, बाकी ये है, ये है, ये है और ये है। मैं थर्ड तो नहीं होगा जहां तक है, इन तीनों में से क्या होगा? नहीं होगा शायद, 1 होगा, तो 2 होगा और 1। देखते हैं फिलहाल 2 कर सकता था। ठीक है, देखते हैं अपना क्या है। और कौन सा था ये वाला है ना? ये अपना स्कोर और 35 है टॉप, 95.9 परसेंटाइल। एंड हाँ, आज के लिए बस फिर यही है। बाकी मिलते हैं एक नए मॉक में एक नई वीडियो के साथ। तब तक के लिए बाय बाय।